There's always lots of debate around running shoes, and it almost swings a bit in roundabouts, where it goes from maximalist shoes to minimalist shoes, back to maximalist, high stacks, low stacks. Today we're talking all about that. What is better? Should you be running in minimalist or maximalist shoes? That is what we are going to be discussing on this video, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please do let us know in the comments below this video, what shoes do you prefer running in? Minimalist, high stack, low stack, high drop, low drop. Let us know in the comments. Also, make sure you smash the like button as well. That really does help us too. My name is Brad. I'm from CoachParry.com, where we help you become fitter, faster, and stronger. And we're joined today by our head coach, Lindsey Parry, and we'll head to him next. Lindsey, nice to touch base once again. Today we're talking about running shoes. We've spoken a bit about how to get into the right pair of shoes for you, how to make sure they fit correctly, but there's always, over the years, have been debates about whether you should be in minimalist shoes or maximalist shoes. Let's talk about each against the other. Are there advantages? Are there disadvantages? Is one better than the other, in your opinion?
Yeah, so I'm pretty biased on this particular topic because I'm not a massive fan of minimalist running. What we did see during the fad to everyone moving over to minimalist was a high increase in soleus and Achilles injuries, and that is to be expected because as soon as you move out of a nice high heel-toe drop and take away that nice cushioned heel, then you are asking your soleus and Achilles to do more work. And there is an argument that that is how we were designed and how we were supposed to run, but we weren't designed or evolved to run on tarmac and cement. And those surfaces are really hard. And so, I do believe that we need shoes. So some of the advantages around minimalist shoes is that they do push you further onto your mid and forefoot, which is slightly more efficient when you're running for most people. Of course, if your biomechanics and that's determined by the size of your feet, the length of your tibia, the length of your femur, these things all combine to determine what biomechanics are ideal for you. But for most people, being more on your mid to forefoot is slightly more economical, but it places this much bigger stress then at the back. Obviously, as soon as you're in a minimalist shoe, there's probably less material, so the shoes are also lighter, and that again is going to play into the economy. And so racing shoes have traditionally been at lower drops. 6 mil is fairly common, or was fairly common, and now you've got 0 drop, 3 mil, 4 mil, 6 mil, 8 mil. You can basically choose what fits well. And I think the key is, if this is something that appeals to you and it's something that you want to do, the key is that when you make the move, you have to make the move and ignore all the running experience you've ever had and treat yourself as a novice starting out again. So you basically have to go back to doing more walking than running and gradually build into it so that you can develop the Achilles and develop the soleus in a way that they are ready to meet the demands of your task. And then, unfortunately, I know people that even with that, after doing something big like a marathon or an ultra, if you then return too quickly after that, because of that increased stress through the soleus and the Achilles, we still develop those problems. And in a nutshell, that's why I am biased towards that. The shoe industry has definitely moved slightly in that direction anyway. And it's hard to get 12 and 13 mil heel drop shoes now, and that was the norm for a high mileage neutral trainer less than 10 years ago. So now what you have is that the flagship models are generally about 8%, and then your shoes that are for the heavier runner, your motion control types of shoes, are now sitting at the 10 mil. And fortunately, most of the brands still have a shoe that is in a 10 mil, and that's what I prefer to do, certainly for any run lasting longer than an hour.
Lindsey, there's also a huge push. I mean, you talk about the drops, but there's massive sort of stack heights. So we've almost gone to the opposite extreme. Is there a danger that we go from a stack height perspective too big or too high?
So look, Hoka brought in the stack height as the first shoe to do so. And I think that was to offset this. And I haven't run in a pair of Hoka, so I can't tell you how comfortable or good or bad they are. But that essentially was to offset this idea of needing the cushioning because of the stress that's going through the soleus and the Achilles. But also then promoting you running on forward foot. And certainly people who run in Hoka are extremely happy with them, and they're quite evangelical about it. So, I think they probably to a large degree did fix up that problem. Again, I haven't run in a pair, and I must make that clear. But part of the reason why I haven't kind of experimented with it is because I felt with that degree of stack height that you're going to lose something on stability and cornering and going and so I've just never really, it hasn't appealed to me. But like I said, the people work, and I think that is part of the reason. Of course, talking about most of the other brands and that increase in stack height, that's got nothing to do with the heel drop. That's got everything to do with having a carbon plate in there. And the carbon plate, although it creates this amazing energy return, and the stats bear it out. I mean, my personal clients that I work with and looking at the elite athletes, we know that you can run anywhere from 2.5 to 4 minutes faster over a marathon distance using these shoes. So they give great energy return, good propulsion, forward propulsion. They're also designed in a way to run more on your mid to forefoot. And in fact, if you don't, they can be quite jarring. So that stack height is actually there because in return for all those advantages, it's quite a hard ride. And so the stack height is really there to compensate for that. And of course, as we evolve as humans and develop new technologies, they've managed to have these stack heights with very light shoes. So that would have been the problem. If they'd done this 5 years ago, the problem would have been is that they would have been able to get you a great carbon shoe with great cushioning, but it would have been really heavy with that stack height. Well, now we've got light shoe, carbon plate, stack height to compensate, and you say this tongue in cheek, but you almost don't have to train anymore.
If only it was that simple. Hey, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Make sure you pop them into the comments below. What is your preference? Do you like minimalist? Are you into the sort of higher stack or a higher or a larger drop on the shoes? Please do let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you as well and hear your thoughts. Lindsey, as always, great to catch up. Thanks for your time today.
Cheers, Brad.
Thanks so much for watching this video. Don't forget, if you don't want to miss any of our upcoming videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button over here. You can also download a free strength training plan that'll help you improve your running. You can pick that up right over here. Be sure to watch our most popular video over here. And while you're at it, check out our latest video over here.